Alrighty, another update video on this. Doing final assembly now. Got almost everything buttoned up. Got the turbo crossover wrapped. Still need to tighten up the wastegates. All the intercooler piping for the cold side's tightened. Everything on this side of the engine is completely done, buttoned up, tightened up. This side over here, I still have to put in the downpipe, the exhaust manifold, and the dipstick. But before I can do that, I need to figure out a way to keep those heater core lines from touching that pipe. Even though I do have them exhaust wrapped and DEI heat sleeve on them, I still don't want them touching. So I'm going to make some type of special bracket that bolts down there where that bolt hole is, and try to make, something to kind of pull it away, retain the lines away from it. But got a lot done. Intercooler's tightened up. Got some new hood lift shocks. The suspension's all done now. I end up putting a new tie rod over here, new front control arms, new pads and rotors as before, my K-Sport coilovers. Got those in there. I paint matched the brake calipers to the thing. Also got these different wheels. And then the coilovers back here. Also back here I had to do some adjustable camber control arms. Those two blue ones. And that nice shiny axle is my new BMW M6 axles. There's the exhaust. I got it like dumped right there. Everything in the trunk is pretty much buttoned up. Just need to have the battery hooked up. Got me a new battery in the trunk. I'm doing basically final assembly. The back seat is in. I've never seen the back seat actually in this car, but it looks pretty fucking nice. Don't look like anybody's ever really sat back here. I haven't even cleaned any of this yet. Like, there's still dirt on the floor, and I still have to put the back of the center console together. But in the middle of doing final assembly, I put this clutch pedal and all that stuff in there. Well, it looks like I got the wrong bore size master cylinder, clutch master cylinder from Willwood. I need a 3/4 inch bore, but I got the 1 inch. So I was unaware that, it being a bigger bore diameter, that it's going to not push as much pressure as a regular one, or a 3/4 inch one. So it being a couple sizes up, it is almost impossible to push the clutch pedal down. I can do it, but if I had to do that 20 times, my leg would probably be burning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that one back out, and I'm going to go ahead and get the right size one, put it in there and do that. But for now, I can still finish going with what I'm doing. I still have to, like I said, put the passenger side exhaust manifold in. The downpipe is wrapped also. It's sitting over here. It goes from 5-inch transition to 3.5 inch. I tried to wrap that as best as I could. It's hard to wrap around a concentric reducer, aka you're trying to wrap something around basically a funnel shape, and it's not very easy to do. Got that. Also got the, what is this, Mishimoto T6 turbo diaper. Got to put that in. That's going to be one of the very last things to go in. And my Fleece Performance turbo compressor outlet elbow. And then here's I kind of want to get a black coupler like this, maybe a tiny bit shorter, but I kind of like the way the rings look. It looks kind of cool. That coupler though is I think a Gates one from like Napa. I ended up having that just laying around, and it worked. So I'll probably get a black one though, so they're all matching black. Got some new fluids, some Lucas oil, break-in oil, some .4 for the clutch. Here's my standard brand Blue Streak, which are kind of like almost a performance coil. They're supposed to have a little bit more voltage than the factory ones. And my custom wires. I'm too cheap to buy new wires, so I literally bought like a DI heat sleeve kit, and I just literally put enough pieces over every single one and put the heat shrinks on the end on my MSD Street Fire wires. I'll eventually probably buy some wires that are the ceramic boot ones, but I'm a cheap ass. Sorry. This bad boy's just sitting up here. I barely spun that. I don't think this, I put a tiny bit of oil in it like, I don't know, maybe a month ago. It's still spinning like a top. S&B filter is what you want to call that. Pasta strainer, whatever it is. I love these. They are $75. And it doesn't matter what size you get. So I thought that was kind of cool. You can get a 3-inch one, $75. Get a 4-inch one, $75. You know, I think this one's a 6-inch. 5-inch? It's probably a 6. I think it is. Yeah. I think this is a 6-inch. And it was $75. Shout out to them. That was the box it came in right here. Breathe easy. And they make them in like a really sweet looking lime green. Yeah, 6-inch turbo screen, $75. And it seems pretty tough. And I like how it's kind of in between like a metal screen and like the turbo guards that they make that have like the big holes. I feel like this thing is way less likely to suck up something that's going to actually cause damage to the compressor wheel. So the other ones, you could probably suck up a fucking, you know, a pretty good size piece in the other ones. You could almost suck up like a fucking Skittle in the other ones. Small Skittle, nerd candy, just too big opening wise. I think that ain't gonna restrict flow, and it should be fucking great. Just trying to finish all this up, man. I really want to drive this to Cars and Coffee here in a couple days, and I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. My bracket, I painted this. I made this quite elaborately, very high-techly designed turbo supportage bracket. Don't knock it. Don't make fun of my welds either. I've been welding for years. That shit's gonna hold just fine. I already got the new spark plugs in. Once I get the downpipe in, I can cut the heater core hoses at the bottom down here. They're just kind of hanging for now until I can connect them. I got a 3/4 inch one and a 5/8 one that's actually running off of the car. I just need to figure those out, what I'm gonna do with those, and I'll probably do that as one of the very last things. But I do need to make some type of, call it a segregation bracket, where this fucking thing stops touching this thing. I need that shit to be over there like that at least. So I need something to kind of pull those over in that direction, but not too much. I don't want to bend the damn hoses. But Mighty Mouse catch can, as always, the best shit off market that marketplace money can buy. I built almost this entire car off of fucking marketplace and Summit. A lot of eBay stuff too. Sometimes I buy cheap stuff from eBay. Sometimes I buy stuff from authorized dealers on eBay that's just the same quality as the stuff from Summit or Jegs or any other performance website. So Beefcake Racing, shout out to them. I got a couple things from them. Pretty good price. They got some good prices. Got some LED dynamic little turn signals. The last ones I had, my neighbor was drunk and they were old and brittle. He literally grabbed it and it crumbled like a Pringle can or a Pringle chip. It literally crumbled. It was horrible. And he's like, "Oh, I hope you didn't need that." And I'm like, they were kind of broken anyways. Need to get me a mirror too, because bobblehead mirror. I'm pretty sure that's a paper clip twisted right there. And I imagine it's not a very high quality paper clip because it's rusted. And that's probably been there a long time. But then once she gets running, I'm going to be taking care of any of the little dents and dings where there's barely any. There's a couple scratches here and there, and then the top half of the car kind of needs clear coated. I feel like this thing came from out west or something. There's no rust, but the clear coat on the top of the car is horrible. So, but next video I will be posting will be this thing running, and it won't be too long from now either. And I'm wanting to decide on whether they're getting the eBay e65 front lip. They're only about $120 for the knockoff one on eBay. You can barely see my intercooler through there. Oh, she's big. Big Treadstone TR 1245, 1000 horsepower intercooler. And don't let me forget, I gotta finish tightening that harmonic balancer bolt. But I'm either looking at the AC Schnitzer front lip or the Maxton, I think it's Maxton Motorsports front lip. But it is very expensive, all the way from over in the UK. But man, it looks fucking sexy on this car. I think getting like a back bumper and then me cutting my own exhaust hole, the hole that's back there where my exhaust comes out, is not where I cut it. I didn't cut it like that. The previous owner had the exhaust done and cut it like that, and it's actually broken and zip tied together right there. So yeah, I don't like the way that looks. But car is in not bad shape for, I think, 80 something thousand miles. I can't even remember. I know it starts at 8 though. So this old girl, the motor only made it to about 80,000 miles. No one ever serviced the valve seals or the transmission. So by the time that got done, or got addressed, and they figured out that was the problem, the motor was cooked, the cats were clogged, and the transmission was slipping. So yeah, this old girl's gonna get a new lease on life. I still need to get some cabin air filters and a new gas cap. The gas cap's fucked up. I got 5 gallons of fucking 93 octane right there. Got some power steering fluid over here. Some coolant. I'm just putting the good old green stuff in there. This is not technically a European vehicle no more. It is a multicultural vehicle. So